Hi, Alex. People always concerned about background check. What are its primary objectives?
What are primary objectives for startup visa or general background check, right? So, well, we're talking about background check objectives every time people apply for Canadian immigration. Temporary, permanent residency, it doesn't matter. Background check applied every time. The primary objective is to prevent fraud, to prevent criminals, to prevent somebody who can bring security risk to Canada, and definitely to prevent people who are on, let's say, international warrant or arrest order or some other criminally related offenses. So background check can be different. Sometimes people say, is it easier for temporary resident than for permanent resident? It is. For temporary residents, Immigration Canada does not apply certain in-depth search like they do for permanent residency. And it's explainable because temporary resident can be deported at any time. So if they find something wrong, then they can deport the person or refuse entry at the border if something occurred. For permanent residency is more complicated. And definitely it's difficult for citizens. That's why people who apply for permanent residency go through very rigorous background check simply because the person intends to become Canadian.
Yeah.
And that's why everything they do on the background check, they definitely do for protection of the society, Canada as a country. So that's understandable.
It's hard to for SUV application.
For SUV application, it's easier than for others. And
why?
Let me explain why. Usually, background check has 5, 6, 7 major elements.
Okay.
Background check on educational background, on occupational background, usually required and very detailed for other applicants, but not for startup visa. This is very important because people sometimes come in saying, I was self-employed, I was working here and there, I don't have solid occupational experience, which can be bad for any other applicant, skilled worker or anything else, because they have to have it.
Special skilled worker, you must be matched your background,
exactly,
the history,
you're right.
and
exactly.
the current
Occupation
employment.
gives you points. In startup visa, we have no points, so it doesn't really matter who you are. As long as you honestly disclose your background, it's okay. So you see the level of verification is different because the meaning is different.
Like education, we don't
Same
need
with exactly. Same with education. For any other program, not only you have to provide education, like for startup visa, you just provide what you have. But for other programs, you have to actually officially verify through the special agency since 2015, I believe, or 14. So basically, what government is doing, they giving some lesser standard of verification of background on education and experience for startup visa. The rest of background checks very much similar. We're talking about biometrics search. Permanent residency is different from a temporary resident. Every time you have to pass biometrics. Biometrics usually immediately put people on the system because it's your fingerprint. And they cross-reference if you're already on the system as a offender or criminal or something like that. So that helps. Biometrics are similar. Medical exam is similar because they would like to have people with medical conditions verified before they enter. Because after they become Canadians, it's a different story, especially if they have family members. So similar goes with criminality or security risk. So those standards are high and definitely the same for all permanent residents.
When we talk about the medical concern, some people say I have the high pressure, it will be problem, or some had
No, I
had
think the
problem.
best advice then I say, don't worry, that's why your blood pressure is high. So don't worry and you will be okay. And by the way, that's true. I mean, we have so many, especially young men who very stressed for some reason going into medical, and their blood pressure is through the roof. And I say, don't worry that much because your blood pressure goes up. So just don't stress and just relax, and you will
usually sometimes government will give you a few more time. If first time is not good,
yes. If first time is not good, then you give you a couple of weeks to cool off and then just come back.
The client can do the advance before the medical.
No. Before pandemic, there was a procedure we call advanced medical test, so people could go and pass medical. Not anymore. After pandemic, they canceled that procedure. Well, they canceled during pandemic, but it's not possible anymore to go with what we call pre-approval, pre-application tests. So we don't do that.
So what do you want to say for our SUV client about the background check?
The background check, I think the best advice we always give the same. Disclose everything. Because we are your counsels and we represent you. We need to know what you have in order to present it better. Because if you hide something and then you don't tell us, and then government disclose it and find out, and then
it's bad.
It's bad because government have no mercy. They have no mercy. They say, well, you lie here. We don't know why you lied. We don't care. But you lied, and because you lied, it's misrepresentation. It's 5-year ban. And 5-year ban is pretty much stop on every plan and story. So we first advise we recommend to keep documents in order. Because sometimes people come in and say, oh, I don't have my birth certificate. Well, you have to have it. And I don't have my diploma. Well, you have to have it. And then all other situations. And by the way, we have multiple cases when people, for example, got criminally charged somewhere, but the criminal charge does not exist here, so we have to clear that and maybe go through rehabilitation or maybe avoid rehabilitation. If we know the problem, we can solve it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for the abundant information.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.